Aloha! Here we are back again. It's Golden and Lisa, and we're with the Divine Guide. What was this called again?
Divine Guide Dialogues Wednesday's Wisdom.
There you go. That's what it is.
Perfect.
Whoops, my ear. I'm falling apart here, Golden. It feels like we've been rushing to this moment all day long. It's been a crazy day. I know you had a crazy day.
I know, which is funny because it's like 7 o'clock here. So I feel like my day is winding down, hopefully. But yeah,
right.
Today was nutty. And, the nutty days make for great conversation as far as how we're handling things. Life doesn't always go exactly the way we plan. So it's about how we react, right?
Oops. Yeah. I was trying to put that on our screen. How to handle a nutty day.
There you go.
There we go. All right. Show that. Okay, how to handle a nutty day.
Oh, that's good.
So, yeah. And it's so interesting because during your nutty day, I got some wisdom that we can talk about and share. And so,
it's so perfect.
I know, it's always so perfect. I love how it just flows and everything is going to be amazing. And I think this is really going to help people, this little nugget of information. Which I want to give credit to. I keep forgetting his name, Matt Kahn. I've never heard of Matt Kahn before, but apparently he's this really wise, amazing person. Again, I watched about 20 minutes of something on YouTube and it really shifted me. So we're gonna share that in a minute, but let's hear. So what happened today, Golden? Tell us what happened.
Today was interesting because I actually had, hi, Mona. Mona's on. Hello.
Hey, hi, Mona. Welcome.
Today was interesting because I started out strong. I was having a great morning. I spoke to you. I felt like I was kind of on fire. And then I decided to do something that was going to make my day easier tomorrow. I have to go look at flooring samples for my remodel project, my unplanned remodel project. And it was all the way in Orange, California, which is about, I don't know, maybe 30, 35 minutes from us, which when you live in California, 35 minutes is really far.
Yeah, that's
my whole perspective. We talk about 2 miles and we're like, that is so far. I'm not sure what happened to me because I used to live in Connecticut. I used to drive 30 minutes to go to the grocery store.
Right.
So I drove out there and it was this place was super busy and there was a lot going on and I kept feeling like I was getting shuffled and pushed aside and to the point of ridiculousness, and my daughter was with me and she was looking at me and she knows how sometimes I'll get a little bit edgy when things like that are going on. I mean, I'm a chill person, but when it's that ridiculous, I start to get a little bit like, okay, people, like I'm a person, I'm standing in front of you. I don't care who's on the phone. This girl kept going to the woman who I was supposed to be meeting with. She's like, I just need to talk to you for a few more minutes. And I'm like, you have someone right in front of you who drove here. And, so I was starting to get a little bit, and then she sits us in this back room and like leaves us there for 15 minutes. And I had a hair appointment. So I was conscious of the time, but I was breathing through it. And what I'm realizing is it's a lot about surrender,
That's right.
Not getting annoyed.
So hard.
Yep. And then I'm rushing to get to my hair appointment and I had to drop my daughter off. And so you get that whole
that
feeling,
frenzy, right? That frenzy that just keeps building and building and building. Yeah.
Which really contributes to being late when you get like that, because then, lights are going to turn red and you're going to get stuck in traffic. Like I know that. So I'm just breathing and I'm conscious. And I messaged my hairdresser and I just said, I'm running a few minutes late. I was literally 5 minutes late. Well, she ended up being 45 minutes late.
Oh my God. Insult to injury.
Which was pretty funny. I'm just sitting there and luckily I was texting with a friend who was cracking me up and keeping me in a good place. But both instances, I thought, I have my voice. I'm very aware of my voice. I'm 44 years old. I have found my voice and I don't usually take too much from people anymore where I won't share how I feel. Yeah. And I could just see myself going, it's okay.
Right. Yeah. Being the spiritual good girl, right?
It's okay. I'm chill, Right. But I had this show to do with you, so I really wasn't okay with it, and I wasn't able to, and the hairdresser was amazing. I love her to death. And she just kept apologizing and she's like making kind of jokes, making light of it, but she could tell that I wasn't totally okay with it.
Yeah.
So when I talked to you about it, we just talked about, law of attraction people can believe that everything that happens to them is because they're attracting it. And I don't believe that. I think that that's a flaw in the teachings. Yeah. I believe that what's happening to us, it's our level of attraction is based on how we respond. So did I respond beautifully and perfectly? Absolutely not. Did I respond better than I would have 5 or 6 years ago? Heck yeah. But talk about what you told me, because that really shifted things for me.
Oh my gosh. As you just said that, I just had a whole wave of chills run down. So this is some great stuff right here, guys. This is a huge teaching. And again, Matt Kahn, last name, I'm looking it up here, Kahn, and look him up on YouTube. And this was about releasing victimization. And it's just so funny that I happened to watch this, literally only the first 20 minutes. I can't wait to watch more of it. But what he was saying is that, so here we are, we're these beautiful spiritual people that we listen to our beautiful music in our house, and we're all Zen and we meditate, and it's all, we're all so happy in our homes. And then we go out into the big world, and it's like, it's like the bad people are out there and they're just coming to get us, and bad things happen and they treat us badly. So like, Golden, you were saying, typically it's like, okay, I'll just accept that. And, we try to be the good spiritual person.
Right.
But here's the thing, here's what he was saying, is that when anybody does something to you, like the woman at the carpet place that was obviously shuffling you around, she obviously had too much going on. And so the only way she knew how to treat you was how she'd been treated before. And that she's actually looking to you because you are pure love as a spiritual person.
Right.
And so what happens, and again, he has a better example of somebody like if they're yelling at you, you know?
Right.
So, because this is a little different. So let me put it in the context of the way he was talking about it, is so when somebody kind of attacks you or yells at you, they're not actually yelling at you. What they're doing is that they're creating behavior that's been done to them. And they're actually putting it on you because you're an earth angel who can take that energy and instead of react to it, like you were saying about the law of attraction and all that reaction, if we're really in our spiritual space and don't go into our ego, what we can do to counteract that is to either bless them or give them a compliment, because that will take down that barrier, that feeling of, attackedness. And again, attackedness, is that even a word?
I like that. Attackedness. That works for me. We're going to make that a word.
We're going to make words. Okay. I like that. Attackedness. But, and again, I feel like I explained it to you so much better earlier, but.
No, you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job.
But again, the idea that, that I love it, that somebody, again, they're not attacking you as a person. All you are is like a hologram. And and the reason that they're attacking you is because energetically, they know that you have something that can heal the pain within them. Whoa.
That's crazy.
That's the chills are just going down my spine. I mean, my whole body, I'm like levitating right now.
Wow.
So that's the thing. But here's the other rub. The way we become victims is that typically when somebody comes at you with a lot of energy, and here we are, the sparkly, happy, spiritual person, we immediately fall to their if we go into that reaction mode, we fall to their level of lower vibration. And then it dominates us. And we shut down, and we set our barrier, no, I'm not going to let them do that to me. And so you either set a barrier or, you're at that level and you attack back. So here's the thing. So here's the person yelling at you. And what we're supposed to do is just, again, bless them with love or give them a compliment. And again, what most likely will happen is they'll either be snarky back to you because they're going to be not believing that you're being sincere, because that's the only way they know how to take that kind of, love. Or so either snarky or skeptical, like
or you'll raise them to your vibration. That's very possible too. Definitely. But what's not going to happen is if they're yelling at you and you yell back, they're not going to be like, oh, I'm sorry. No. I'm attacking you because I'm looking for love and I didn't get it. So let me apologize for that. No. So anyway, isn't that amazing? It's so amazing. It's about, like their woundedness. And the only way that it becomes part of us, like the only way it becomes about us is if we react to it and make it about us.
That's right.
So
that's
that
right.
To me, that's like, if you could imagine that everyone that you get into conflict with has that wounded part of them and is coming from that place. Because I used to get confused about this, you know, if it's like, well, if don't take anything, because I coach on this, you know, don't take anything personally. But then, you know, when I'm working with clients, I'm like, well, your husband is reflecting that hurt part of you. But what I'm realizing is it's the trigger that makes that happen. So it's whatever's going on inside of you, however that makes you feel. If it's on a lower vibrational level, then it's really about your triggers and it is a reflection of you. So it's all about how you respond or react, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the thing is then, so, you know, and again, this isn't about becoming a doormat by any means. It's about standing fully in your, you know, spiritual vibrational power. And again, and it's about just being loved, because at the end of the day, if you're just 100% love in every situation, I mean, that's not giving up your power. That's standing in your power.
That's being powerful.
Yeah, that's being very powerful. And I just love the whole idea that, you know, it's like who's ever more certain is going to win the
stronger
battle.
alignment. Yeah,
because every single time you come into contact with another human being, there's an energetic interaction. And typically it's all about who's going to be the dominant one and who's going to fall into the vibration of that.
Right.
And when
they're going to meet you where you're at, right? That's how we can not necessarily control people, but that's how we can control our lives in the sense that, you know, everything that's coming at us, we have a choice on how we want to feel about it. I had a choice at that floor place, which probably would have made my hairdresser appointment go different. I had a choice because I said, you know, it's okay. And I was kind of like smiling, but I could feel my heart shutting down. Right. You know, and eventually, like towards the end of the appointment, I was joking with the girl and stuff because she was incredibly sweet and she felt sorry that people kept interrupting us. And their day was just crazy. Literally, it had nothing to do with me whatsoever. But I think we do sometimes get in this like high horse, like, well, how dare you push me aside? Or, you know, when we're waiting in line, I remember feeling this way a lot at the grocery store when you're waiting in line and the person's taking forever and you're just like, oh, really? Like, who the hell am I? You know what I mean?
That's right. I know.
What is this self-importance that I have? Like you said, it's ego. It's like, I'm so important that you should be hurrying up.
That's
you know, because I'm standing here waiting for you. So I just love that it's not necessarily what comes at us, but it's how we respond, and it's how gifted we are in keeping our hearts open. I think that is magic. If you can keep your heart open and not shut down your walls, then every conflict you have is going to turn out way better, and it's going to turn to love. Absolutely,
absolutely, and I think that is so key. And actually, there was another. I just wanted to read something because I took notes on this. Which again, I've been going through day 5 of my cleanse today. And again, we don't want to get graphic, but I think
got her own shit going on right now.
Yeah, I think somebody planted worms in my.
No, she didn't say it.
I did. Oh wait, I wasn't going to say that on the air.
I'm not comfortable with parasites. I'm just not. I don't believe in them.
I don't think they were mine. I think they somehow got in there somehow. We've got to cut this out because this is terrible. I'm sorry. Why did I go there? I don't know. I'm just being open.
Because you really want to be authentic and you want to share every piece of yourself.
Oh my God. All right. Well, if you got to this point, then just give me some love because I'm kind of embarrassed right now. I'm probably turning red, but that's okay. That's okay because I'm going to share with you the gift of blessing. Okay. And this is all a part of being fully in your body as well and letting your heart stay open. Beautiful. And this is huge because, and I was listening to Greg Braden.
Love him. Love Greg Braden.
Oh my God. So I was listening, huge scientist, and he's very spiritual. And so he was teaching about, there's this old what we've lost in this in the Western society is the third part of when we pray. Prayer is so important and so powerful.
Chills.
But here's the thing. Oh my gosh, total chills. So here are the 3 steps, and this is going to change your life when you start doing this. Okay.
Okay.
So number 1, you bless.
Lisa, change my life.
Yeah, I'm going to change your life. Hold on to your hat. Here we go.
I'm ready. Okay.
Bless those who suffer. So that's number 1. So for example, let's just think about the Middle East wars right now or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, think about that. So you want to bless those that are suffering right now, that have died, that have lost their homes, that have lost their land, their property. The second one, this is the hard one, is to bless those who created or inflicted the suffering. And that's where we really don't, we don't do that very often. We're always about praying for the people that are suffering. And then the third part is to bless those who are witnessing the suffering. So those are us. Those are the people that are watching the news and seeing it and just tearing them apart. And again, when you bless those that are creating blessing those who created or inflicted the suffering, it's not condoning their behavior.
No.
It's blessing them because we know that they're a spiritual being, and just blessing them in a way to, open their heart and just love them no matter what. I mean, that's it. Bottom line, we all want to be loved. And so anyway,
powerful.
So bless those that suffer, bless the ones that created the suffering, and then bless those who witness it. And then what happens is you say the prayer, ideally out loud, but then you start feeling it in your body, because that's it. We think it, we say it, we have to feel it. And that's the third part that people miss out in the Western, is that we don't normally pray until we feel it.
Right.
So that's the part that's going to change your life.
Being, right? That's the state of being that Joe Dispenza talks about, becoming that state of being. Yeah,
exactly. And so you have to embody it. And then, this is so cool. There's 2 quotes here from Buddha and Jesus that he goes on to say. So Buddha said, if you can live your lives through a code of compassion and gratitude and love, you will change your body. When you change your body, you change the world. And then Jesus said, 500 years later, if you can live your lives with compassion and gratitude and love, as I'm demonstrating for you, you'll change your body. And when you change your body, you'll change the world. So it's all about our body. It's all about embodying the love and being. So that's where I just keep seeing, when we're confronted, that if we can be the love.
Compassion answer to all of that.
Yes. And Absolutely. To feel it. And to not, and to get out of our ego and all that. So anyway, sorry, I'm just like, blah!
No, that's so good. And actually it goes in line with, some of the things that we did when we were at Kyle Cease. And you guys should look up Kyle on YouTube, because he actually helped birth this baby, I feel like, because Lisa and I were at his seminar and just got really inspired to start sharing content. Yeah, Kyle is just so good. But he does a thing called Kylegoing, which is basically him and his friend Diego.
Made up word. Yeah, make that
Lisa,
clear.
I'm not sure if Lisa will ever get it. She's called it some really inappropriate things.
Yeah.
Yes, it's Kyle and Diego came up with this process. But this is what it is. It's about talking. So you take yourself, he was having us go a year from the seminar and what had happened in our life, but talking about it like we were a year later, like it had already happened. And he made us do this for an hour. It was so intense. There was 1,400 people and you had one partner and you were doing this. And the whole idea of it is to go from your head into your heart. And I was really shocked what came out of me 40 minutes in. It was things that I had not ever thought of. It was things that I had never considered happening in my life. So when you do that, you literally become the state of being. So it comes down into your body and then you start to vibrate it. And that is the dissonance with law of attraction.
Yeah.
Is that
I'm like, whoa. Yeah.
She's proven it. That's the dissonance with law of attraction is people think, they watch the Secret movie and they think they can just sit in their house and manifest stuff with their thoughts. And yes, our thoughts are powerful, but it's embodying what we really want, feeling it, becoming it, that actually creates that quantum wave that then collapses into particles and becomes experience. That was really scientific. But that's it. That's where it's at.
Absolutely. And the guy that created quantum physics he even talks about, and again, I happen to have his name because I was taking notes, if you can imagine. And as you were talking about things that came out of you after this 40 minutes of Kailegoing, you don't want to know what came out of me, as I said earlier. There were other things that came out of me that we won't discuss, and I'm going to show you the picture later.
And you're lucky that you don't have to hear about
I haven't shown you the picture yet, but I'm going to show you after we're done here.
I'm so excited about that. And I don't know if this is actually going to cause me to do a colonics or cause me to never do a colonics.
Not do it again. Exactly.
Very up in the air. I'm really not sure.
So this guy, Max Planck, he was the quantum physics creator and won a Nobel Peace Prize. And he said, he talks about the mind of the matrix of all of matter. And so here he is a scientist. Well, I mean, like Greg Braden's also a scientist. But I mean, so they know, these scientists know that it's, you know, the whole science and the whole spiritual world is just colliding.
So
and it's so cool.
And that's the awakening. That's the waking up of consciousness for all of us, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And there's such a great balance to it, because I think that a lot of people that are spiritual, or even people, you know, there's some people that are really comfortable with the science of it, and there's some people that are really comfortable with the spirituality of it. But when you give the science of it, you show everybody wants proof. You know, it's one thing to be faithful and believe in things not seen, but for the most part, we're human beings. We have minds, and we want to see that it's actually true.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's really fun that science is now catching up, and, you know, they've got the God particle, and they've got, you know, the matrix, and that there's, you know, they're saying that there's this whole level of consciousness that we can't see, but it's all a part of, it's been here since the beginning. And it's what, you know, it's kind of that, I don't know what, it's that thing that keeps us all together. Oh, and also Greg, talk about, I mean, so originally we all came here as a family, but then over time we got lost and separated. And so what we're doing now is creating computers to reconnect us all. Wow. And the computers are the same things that we're made up of inside. I mean, it's just, it's mind blowing.
I've heard that. I've heard eventually, like, the computers will just be within us, and we won't actually need to be, like, we'll be able to Google in our mind, which blows me away. I know.
Well, already, I swear, I mean, well, I guess because I am psychic, but I'm like, oh my God, I'll call somebody and they're like, I was just texting you, or, you know.
That has happened to me like 10 times today. It's crazy. I will just think of someone and boom, they're right there. And it's like,
no. So it is, it's already starting to happen, because that you telepathy. That's really good with tartar sauce too. Tilapia.
Okay, telepathy.
Yes, telepathy. And what was the other one I said earlier? I forget. I've already forgotten my made up words. Anyway, but yeah, telepathy was something that we had. That was a skill set that we had before, you know.
Right. But we lost it by having all these thoughts get in the way. I think. There's a really good book by Sanaya Roman. Have you ever read anything by her? She's pretty amazing.
Yes. Why do I know that name?
She channels Orin.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I know. I get their email list. I'm on their email list. I'm like, I know that name.
I'm trying to see it because I have it next to my bed. It's like the Becoming a Higher Powers. All of her books are amazing. Wow. Becoming Your Highest Self. And she talks a lot about energy and how when we're talking about people, how they can feel our energy. So like this whole idea of blessing, you know, people in different countries, or I did a talk once and that literally came out of my mouth because I feel as though I can do some good channeling about, you know how we're going to solve the world, how we're going to cure the world, how we're going to bring peace to the world is by changing the way we think about people and the way we think about things. And loving, right? Loving.
Yes. And love. Bottom line. That's
bottom line. Yep. So
this was Divine Guide Dialogues. Well, this is Divine Guide, and it's Wednesday Wisdom.
We're still here.
I know. I was just trying to put out our little, you know, Divine Guide Dialogues.
I know. We're really excited. So we would love for you guys to start sharing this video. We're going to be on YouTube. Are we on YouTube?
Not quite yet. Hopefully by the end of the week. We're going to have our own.
We're going to be looking for subscribers, and I was thinking, you know, we're going to start throwing out some really cool stuff if you share our videos. I don't know what we're going to do. It's going to be divinely guided. I can tell you that.
Yes, it will be. And it will be totally in the moment, and it'll be awesome.
So I just want to touch on one more thing before we close. And that is just what came to me when we were talking earlier about this idea of letting go. I think this could be in our talk every single time. And just when you have issues with, the flooring people and the hair, just realizing that all of this is being divinely guided, and that there's a reason why you're being delayed in certain places to get to other places. Tosha Silver has an amazing book called Outrageous Openness that I love. And she talks about, yes, you're spiritual and wonderful inside, but like what happens when you get in your car? Are you able to carry that vibe into your car? She talks about the road rage. And I love the idea of me just surrendering to that moment instead of having this agenda like, oh, I got to get to the hairdressers, when really I didn't have to get to the hairdressers because she was running late. So if I was just to surrender and let go in that moment, just how much smoother our life goes. Yeah. And I love the book, Letting Go. I just finished it today. I'm probably going to start it over, by David Hawking. It's about surrendering all of our feelings, all of the things that are going on. I was thinking about sugar because, Lisa and I are doing this alcohol-free thing, and I've been noticing a lot of people that get away from the alcohol turn right to sugar. And I've been off sugar for probably about 3 months. And that's not to say that I'm completely perfect, but I'm I don't really do much sugar.
Off sugar. Yeah. I mean, I do fruit. You have different levels. I do fruit.
Yeah, I do a little bit of fruit, but it's just like berries. I don't eat it. I only eat it in the morning because I was doing that cleanse thing. But I was thinking about the letting go of alcohol, because it doesn't have me anymore. I do feel there was times in my life when it had me, but even the sugar, like it has some people, it doesn't have me because I just keep I will literally look at the bag of chocolate chips in the fridge, which could have been pretty threatening before. Yeah. And I'll just be like, I don't eat that. So it's like I've completely let go of the mind game that goes, ooh, wouldn't that chocolate taste really good in your mouth right now?
Yeah. So, the reaction of it, once again, even to something like chocolate chips, it's like, are you going to let your ego react to it? Or are you going to consciously say, I don't eat that?
Right. And are you going to feed that monkey mind, or are you going to let it go? So all of the addictions, the things that I've been working through, it's just a matter of letting go and surrendering.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Exactly. And even,
everything.
Everything. Like you said, like the floor person, like when she's all, frizzled up and, freaking out and all that, it's like, what can you do? Truly. I mean, you're not going to change it by having any reaction other than just sending her either a blessing or a compliment, and then just let it go and wait.
Just being that beacon of peace that actually could have really influenced the whole place.
Yeah.
And feeling more peace. What are we leaving behind us? Right.
Right. Yeah. I love that. That. And truly, like what, I know like we had our show scheduled, so there was pressure to do something, but at the end of the day, there's really nothing. I mean, maybe miss, like if you're not at a wedding in time and you miss that, like, I don't know. I'm just trying to think like what.
But even a wedding that you're running late to, a lot of times I'll get there and it'll be like the perfect time. Do you ever get places and you're like, oh my God, it was the perfect time, even though it looks like I was 10 minutes late.
That's the thing is when for me, I always find when I just let it go, because I really like to be on time. I feel like it's disrespectful to not be on time.
Maybe we need to change that. I don't know.
I know. And again, but at the same time, and that's,
is that a social programming? Is that a social programming?
It's definitely a social programming.
Huh.
But things do, like TV shows run, thank God we have our flexibility. We can do our TV show whenever, but, there are some things that have certain cutoffs. So I don't know. I mean, it's like this weird, like you've got to have the respect, but also
have the flexibility to be,
the flex,
like to intend to be on time. But if like shit happens on the way there, then it's like not about getting bunched. It's about letting go, surrendering, and realizing that on the other side, there's a reason why.
Yeah, I think that's
detained.
I think what you just said, your intention is to be on time, but if a car accident happens, I mean, remember we were driving home from somewhere and there was literally a car accident and we stopped on the freeway. Like we could not move.
Yep.
And so we were just Googling stuff and just having a conversation. And I mean, it's like we didn't even, like we had zero care that we were in this backed up,
true.
This car like freeway thing for probably at least 15, 20 minutes. And we just sat there and chatted. And I don't even think we commented on the fact that we were stopped traffic.
It wasn't a big deal. It was just like, whatever. But when you're looking to get somewhere else, that's when you start to get. But again, that's control, right?
But that's control. And you can't change it. So it's like that. It's that serenity prayer for everything. Yeah. Help me control what I can and help me, if I can't, just let it go.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get a tattoo. That's my serenity
prayer.
I think we talked about getting a tattoo. I think I need a tattoo.
Surrender. It's going to go.
Forehead.
Yeah, right
Let go.
Let go.
Yeah, because there's a lot that Lisa and I are dealing with different things in our homes and like possible moves and stuff. And we both just keep reminding each other to just let go, because divine guidance is perfect and brilliant. And there's nothing that we can do or say to influence the fact that our paths are being created in our highest and best. And you can all look back on traumas and experiences and things that happened and go, oh my God, that worked out so perfectly.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like, why don't we try to mess with it and put our own agendas in there and then get all bogged down?
Absolutely. And and again, it's that surrender. What was it? Who wrote the Surrender Project or
Surrender Experiment? Yeah. Michael Singer.
Yeah. Michael Singer.
Love that book.
I've been typing in the names just so another book. Cause I love, just in case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm typing in. So another book is, what is it called? Surrender
Experiment by Michael Singer. Yeah. It's actually like his life story. It's pretty awesome.
I thought
he's fantastic.
Oh, I love him because he also wrote the
Untethered Soul,
which is great.
Which is also brilliant. Cool.
Yeah,
so we're also going to be opening our Facebook page, and we'll be inviting you guys along for that. I think we're going to discuss whether we're going to have people posting questions on that or if it's just easier to do it through email. But we really want this to be interactive. I think it would be fun if we had some questions and people that were getting interactive. We're going big.
Yes. Big.
Big. Organically big. We're going to just keep this going because we're having a blast, and just invite your friends along that you think would resonate with the information or that need to wake up a little bit.
Absolutely.
That would be awesome.
Well, cool. Well, I think, there's your kitty. I love seeing your kitty.
Where's she? See, she loves to be on camera, and I'm really, honestly, I've never seen her on my dresser.
That is so funny. She's like, she's doing a photo bomb.
Yeah, she's hungry. I know.
That is so funny. Well, like, again, I think
hungry.
It's a good time to wrap up then. So,
Sweet.
So Divine Guide Dialogues. Today was Wednesday Wisdom, and we're so happy you joined us. And catch us on Friday.
Yes.
We're still not certain what our time is. We're gonna try to schedule a normal regular time, but right now we're just flowing with it.
Yeah, we might.
We're letting go of a regular schedule.
Exactly, but you can always catch us, and like when we have the YouTube thing up too, it'll be easy to just catch the show after, and then we'll post them in our Divine Guide Dialogues Facebook page too, so you guys will be able to go right to it and find it. It'll be some
exactly.
So we won't close with any meditation today. We'll save that for Friday. It's going to be a doozy on Friday. Maybe we'll double up on Friday. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll do something big Friday. But I think we're winding down, and it's been great. Good conversation. There's
so
life-changing information here for sure.
My life has changed as a result.
Yeah,
for sure. Good. I'll let you know how that works out.
And I've been letting go all day.
Clearly
letting go of a lot of things that I don't need anymore.
Thank goodness.
All right, that'll wrap it up.
I hope take care.
I know.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Love
Take care.
Peace out.
Love you. Bye.
That was weird.